It's going to be amazing. We got a great track. We came into this weekend, already have some races under our belt. Nolan, you're up here in the booth. Shane's down there. I'm excited for him, right? It's his dream to get behind the wheel of a car, and we get to watch it right now.
Absolutely, and at his home track, we all know how he loves this place, as do I. Home track for me as well, but super excited for him to get out there and turn some laps.
Yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. You got to stay with us. If you're not around, get on Flow. It's going to be a crazy weekend. This is the World Championships, and right now we're going to go down trackside with Haley Shanley.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be here with you because, Brent, last year, seeing you in Pro Light, that made my heart so full. So to get to see our brother Shane out there in sports and side by side, this is going to be so special to cover. And speaking of special, just to be here, standing on this Crandon dirt where every grain of dirt has a story to tell. This is why the build-up, the road to the championship goes right through the big house. In this event, it is standalone. It is so special, and it all begins today. And actually, festivities already began with the Labor Day parade, but racing is going to be underway in just a moment. So helping us get things started is a word of prayer with our good friend from Racers for Christ. It's Mark Budke. Mark.
Thank you, Haley. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this blessed day. It's an awesome day here at this great facility. We're just so blessed to be back here doing what we do, Lord, and we have a blast doing it. But, Lord, we just ask you to watch over each and everybody in the pits, all the spectators, and especially all the racers, and watch over the safety crew out there, too, as they're doing what they do out there, and just be with them when they are called into action. But, Lord, we're just praying for a great, safe, great day of racing here at this great facility. In your awesome name of Jesus Christ, amen. And as always, a great big Wisconsin. God bless America.
Thank you very much, Mark Budke and Cliffa Budke from Racers for Christ. If you're joining us here on site, will you please remain standing? It's time for the national anthem, as performed by Jake Kriesel from Northwoods Honor Guard. Jake.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, let's meet some of the drivers that are entering in this weekend's events. Next up, the number 3, this kid, Nolan, he's been
Kyle Cooper on the spotter stand in his ear, guiding him through what's going to be a chaotic 34 cars, I have a feeling. We saw Faye right across the line there and tell the guys, let's get rolling. He's about to jump on the wall, and we're going to do this thing, Brent.
Yeah, Dawson Nowak is going to be up on the pole. Colt St. Peter, Corey Fisher, Ben Berger, Brody Disher, Bryce Powers, Bryce Carlson, Hudson Houle, Lucas Emling, and Carson Hill will be in your top 10, and there's just a host of drivers in this field.
Yeah, that's the top 10, and 24 cars behind them going to try and hunt them down. Faye's got the yellow up momentarily. We'll see the green, and here come 34 Sportsman side-by-sides barreling off into turn number 1.
Yeah, we'll see who can get to turn 1 first. Looks like Colt St. Peter not wasting any time like normal.
Yeah, and Coates had a great season leading the points, like 6 or 7 wins on the season. He even jumped into a Youth 1000 Ultra 4 car last night and took a win.
Oh man, he just loves to drive. It's a little dusty here right now. We laid down some moisture, Nolan, but it's going to be tough to see.
Yeah, vision looks like a problem back towards the 15th to 34th part of the field. Those top 10, a little bit better vision, but man, Coach St. Peter with a really good start. Already starting to check out on this field. Once we get past the loop, we'll kind of see where everyone else shook out. Looks like a solid start for Bryce Carlson as well in that 4th spot. He's challenging for 3rd as we go into Calamity Corner for the first time.
Yeah, it's really nice and smooth these first couple laps. Coach St. Peter, he finds himself out front so early, so scary for the rest of the field.
Yeah, and he's starting to check out a little bit. Looks like Dawson Nowak still hanging on to that 2 spot, and then quite a battle. We see Bryce Carlson's worked his way into 3rd. Looks like Carson Hill making a move into 4th as well. Oh, as we got a car upside down in the finish line turn.
That's the number 54X.
That's Chris Lax. See him moving around in there, so hopefully he's okay. Our safety team's right there. As we see the battle coming back down the front stretch, Bryce Carlson starting to put some pressure on Nowak for that 2 spot as they head through the barn turn in front of the skyboxes. Carson Hill trying to sneak his nose in there as well. Carson Hill's picked up a couple of wins this season, including the last race out at Bark River, so he's had a lot of speed.
Yeah, you want to really show your A game here in Crandon. Look at Bryce Carlson.
Great line by Hill to tuck the inside, get a 2-for-1 deal there.
Yeah, Hill just trying to out-throttle him going into Calamity Corner. You see a local caution down there. Coach St. Peter off the throttle.
That looks like our safety trucks down there getting lax put on all 4. Shout out to those guys, that safety team. They work hard. They care a lot about these guys and do a great job out there keeping everybody safe as this battle for 3rd. Meanwhile, Shane Stetsny back in the field there.
Yeah, he's having a good run, just getting used to the car. Remember, Nolan, he didn't get any lap time. He didn't get any seat time in the car. He hasn't drove for over 11, 12 years, so.
Right, and that was in a light buggy back then. I don't know how much translates from a light buggy to a sportsman side-by-side, but he said the plan today was just kind of to feel it out, get some seat time, don't do anything crazy, and still have something to work with tomorrow for that ring race.
Oh, yeah, he looks like he's having a lot of fun. It's a different ball game, right? We sit up here all day long and we call these races, and once you get on that track, it's not an easy task.
Yeah, it's a whole different animal out there as we go back up to the front. Coach St. Peter still leading the way, starting to stretch that lead out a little bit now. Goes over the Polaris launch jump and into the all signage finish line turn. Meanwhile, that battle for 3rd still going on. Nowak able to hold off Bryce Carlson, but Bryce putting a whole lot of pressure on him for 3rd.
Yeah, Bryce Carlson, he's been one to watch this season. He's been very, very quick. He's very methodical. He'll watch the driver ahead of him and try to pick him apart. Look at him crisscrossing over that blue groove. I love to see that.
He's trying to set him up for an outside-in move. He just wasn't able to make it work there. Nowak pushed a little bit. Bryce looked like he might be able to get a run, not so. I bet Bryce was happy to just be able to get a good start in this race and roll off 4th. It seems like every race this year we've talked about Bryce having to work his way up through the pack.
Yeah, Bryce, he's always had to work really hard just to get into the top 3. He's made as many as 14, 15 passes.
Oh, he makes a huge mistake right there. He got aggressive trying to make a pass. Looks like he got away with it, though. Didn't even lose a spot. He was able to spin it around and keep rolling in that 4th spot. He's lucky it didn't snap roll on him there, Brent, with the way he side loaded it. A lot of times you'll see a car with that side load just go right over.
Yeah, that definitely scared him. I can guarantee you that. It's not a place where you want to get crossed up.
He somehow managed not even lose a spot. We'll look at it again. This is an impressive. Crossed it up. Right there is where that normally would go over on him, but he was able to keep it on all 4 and keep going. Didn't even lose that much time. Didn't lose a position.
Right, and as a driver, Nolan, you want to stay in the gas when you do that. You want to keep those wheels rotating.
As we come to the halfway point here. That's the battle that was going on right behind Bryce Carlson for the 5th spot. Looks like Ben Berger, Hudson Houle, Lucas Emling had quite a battle going on there. I'm sure that's going to heat up quite a bit here in the second half.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game in this second half. The track's really worked itself in. It's really, really dry. You have to rely on the little bit of moisture that's left. As you can see, all the cars gathering up behind our pace car. And man, I hope Shane's having fun out there.
There Shane is coming and getting the cross flags from his dad Larry in the flag stand. That's a cool thing there. And I bet he's having a blast.
Yeah, we were putting the wrap on that car, and Diamond House International really helping us out, getting the colors he wanted, the old Ivan Stewart look, and having chainsaw on the front of that car. I mean, Shane's been around this sport a long time. It's cool to see him behind.
That was the first thing I noticed when I saw that car downtown. I was like, oh, we got the old Iron Man scheme on there, which looks great. And I saw he had a tribute Johnny Mullen sticker there on the door. Of course, Johnny, the longtime flagger here at flag stand at the finish line here at Crandon, unfortunately passed here lately. We'll miss him a lot, but Shane carrying him with him out there today.
Yeah, absolutely. And the LaClasse family really helping out Shane, getting him one of their backup cars. So we'll see what happens in this second half. Code St. Peter going to lead him. Look at he's crisscrossing over. He don't know where he wants to start right now.
He went right away on the cones. Got a really nice jump. Carson Hill able to hold on to second. They're going to file through. What a jump that St. Peter got on that restart.
Man, he's such a good young talent. I had a chance at Bark River to talk to his father once again, and he's a trophy truck driver. Yeah, I'm like, when are you going to get in a Pro 2 or Pro 4? He's like, I don't know. I'm going to wait and see. He's like, these guys really go at it for 20 minutes.
Yeah, big move there from Bryce Carlson in the gravel pit. He was finally able to get around Nowak into third. He was working on that pass the entire first half.
Yeah, there's enough time, though, Nolan. You just got to keep picking it apart.
Yeah, just no more mistakes. He made that mistake trying to get past Nowak. If he keeps his lines good here, he still has a shot to go up there and battle with the youngsters, St. Peter and Hill.
See Berger running in the top 5 as well, having a solid day, trying to make it up to the top 3.
He's got a lot of pressure from behind right now from Hudson Hool. He's all over the back bumper. Hudson trying to make a move on him. First season in the sportsman class for Hudson. Obviously had a dominant season in youth side-by-side last year, moved up, and he's had some great moments, a few podiums, and he's a really promising race car driver.
Yeah, we had him on the Champ Off-Road podcast presented by Amsoil. He's just a great kid. We call him a kid. He's so much younger than me, and he just knows how to get the job done. As look at St. Peter bonsai off that jump.
And Hill did the same thing right behind him. We got another car over here. That's in the Cowboy Cutoff. Looks like collected Jared Querio as well. Can't quite tell who it is.
Yeah, major toe-in damage on that ride. We'll have to take another look at this one, Nolan.
We'll get a shot at it here. See if we can catch a number. That's the 36 car. Cameron Rolfe.
Yeah, tough break. Put it up on the bicycles. Tried to set it back down, but a little too late.
Yeah, collected our buddy JQ there as well in the 37. Another car getting pulled off out of the corner of my eye. I see in the gravel pit, that looks like Troy Anderson, who's had just a tough luck run here this season. Unfortunate to see another issue for him.
Yeah, it's a bummer deal. I follow them on social media and Caitlin as well, and they're always working on their cars. It's like, I just wish they would stay together a little bit so they could have some fun and figure it out.
As we see our leaders roll back into that local yellow in the Cowboy Cutoff.
Making up a little ground there. Now it's going to be interesting.
They must have the whole track block trying to tow them off, I guess, as they came to a stop there. See Bruce Okerzinski and Mark Tracy there in the safety truck, going to get them back on all fours.
Well, this is what Carlson wanted to see. I mean, another restart. He has another shot at it. Well, we're getting word that we are going to go back and then do green, white, checkered.
I see Dawson Nowak with a broken left rear as well. He had such a good run going. Was able to started on the pole and held a great podium spot the entire first half. Such a tough break there.
Yeah, you're flying around here at Crandon, and it only takes so much. As a lot of these drivers just trying to make it to the end of this race. You can see that left rear just barely hanging on.
Tough to see. He had such a great run going. I see we just saw a shot on our screen. Bryce Powers as well, rolling into the back in the 12. Yeah, broken left rear on his
Same
car
issue
as well. Yeah, bummer for Bryce. Again, first season in the sportsman class for him, and has had a lot of great moments as well. Another Minnesota kid like Hudson Hool, and their futures are bright. Unfortunate having issues there, but
yeah, so much young talent in these fields. It was fun to watch on Thursday. It's crazy. I had to think what day it was because we've been here for so long so far, and man, the racing just keeps getting better and better. And what Crandon did with the track, let it sit for a little while, I think that was a big factor in making it good.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a really fast track this weekend, which is always cool to see that on this weekend for sure. They always have the track absolutely perfect. When you get some of that natural moisture in there, nothing quite replaces that, right? Like, you can water it all you want. Nothing gets moisture down in a track like some natural rain does, and I think that'll make for a really good track for us this weekend.
Yeah, it really gets into that soil. It penetrates in there and stays there, right? I mean, We see that a lot up by me in our circle track. You know, you got to keep that moisture in through the week. Can't water it at the end of the week and expect to race the next day. You have to keep that moisture in, and that's what they do so well here in Crandon and a lot of other tracks we go to as well. Bark River, I mean, went through a rainstorm there. I mean, Mother Nature doesn't like us this season.
Yeah, and one of the anomalies too with Crandon compared to the other tracks is so many guys test here throughout the summer, more so than any other track. So this track's constantly all summer long getting run on, getting turned over, getting laps put on it, which I think contributes as well to how well the track crew is able to keep it on race weekends because they're practiced all through the summer. But
yeah, some of these guys were so busy right away at Bark River. I mean, beating them on Monday morning. I mean, this is their job, right? They're paid to race, right? Beating the guys. And to win these races, you can't just show up and try to make it happen. You have to have all your ducks in a row. And a lot of these pro drivers, you're in for a treat this weekend.
Yeah, we're in for a treat right now as well. Looks like we're coming to the restart here. Going to get some green-white checker action, sportsman side-by-side. And I think we're going to see some guys try and put moves on Code St. Peter right now. This is what they wanted. Carson Hill got out of the line right away. I don't know if it was maybe a little bit too early. We'll see. Looks like he filed back in, didn't really gain anything out of it, but Code St. Peter got another good job, good jump. Carson Hill behind him, Bryce Carlson, Hudson Houle. It's odd that Bryce Carlson's the oldest driver in the top 4, and he's only, what, 18 or 19 himself?
Yeah, he barely is out of high school, or if he hasn't even graduated yet. He's so young, but you just keep moving forward. The age just drops as Code St. Peter coming around Calamity Corner. The white flag will be coming out this time by St. Peter's been in a league of his own all season long. We'll see if he can get it done again.
Carson Hill's putting some pressure on him here, though. He took a peek right going into the finish line turn. We'll see what he's got as they go off into the back. A couple of kids from down south, St. Peter from Texas and Hill from Oklahoma. So long trek for these guys to the big house, but we know they love it and they want this win bad.
Yeah, a lot of different soil in different states, so you really have to adapt well, and Carson Hill is doing that. Look at him just trying to run about a half a line off.
He's driving it hard. I believe that's a Greaves-built car that Hill's sitting in, so great equipment for that. And St. Peter, obviously great equipment as well. He's been so fast all season. We'll see if Carson can make a little bit of a run here.
Yeah, he's staying so calm, Code St. Peter. Once he gets out front, he just gets in that groove. I really thought that Bryce Carlson was really going to go on a hunt. He's falling back about 8-9 car lengths from Hill.
Yeah, and he was actually getting some pressure from behind from Lucas Emily, it looked like. Hudson Houle must have had an issue. We don't see him in that picture anymore in that battle, but there we see your top 2 coming around to the checker. Code St. Peter, 7 wins already this season, and going to make it 8 right here.
Yeah, he's going to clean it up here on Friday afternoon. He's going to be a happy race car driver as we collect the rest of the field. Carlson ends up in 4th.
Yeah, Lucas Emling was able to make a move on him there in that last lap.
We'll have to see where our buddy Shane's at right now. He's still digging through the field.
I see him coming over the Polaris launch jump right there. Oh, looks like Shane may have some issues on that car. It doesn't look like it's sitting on the left rear a little odd.
Oh, yeah, definitely a left rear shock or something gone wrong on Stetsny's car. But the 46 will finish his first race back.
Looks like he brought it around, wait for our scoring and timing to catch up, see what position Shane put her home in. Top 20 with a broken car. Take it out of 34 cars.
Heck yeah, cool to see him on the board, the 46, getting the job done. Man, cool race to start the day.
That was a fun race so far. The kids showing it early here, but we'll go to a quick break here, and Haley Shanley's going to catch up with our top 3 right after this.
From the woods of Wisconsin to the Midwest plains, they're tearing through the dirt like a runaway train. It's more than a sport, it's a war in the clay where champions are made every racing day. This is Champ Off-Road. Feel the ground shake, horsepower.
Every race is a test of performance. When the stakes are high, racers rely on proven products. If AMSOIL products are engineered for this kind of punishment, you can trust them in your garage. Shop by vehicle to find everything you need for your ride. Get the protection you demand and performance you deserve with fast, free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
I got that right turn. We're good.
Meet up at the Crandon Group F.
That's turn 4. Oh, that jump was huge. Yeah, for sure, dog. Good little driver and straight on through.
Thanks for the spot back there.
Beautiful afternoon here for the 56th Polaris World Championships at the Big House here in Crandon, Wisconsin. I'm Brent Smith alongside Nolan Castellian. And man, what a race we witnessed to start the day. And we're going to go down trackside here in a few moments with the third member of our team, Haley Shanley. Take it away when you want to.
Yeah, what a great race that was. We'll welcome up our third place finisher, Lucas Emling. Lucas, congratulations on this hard-earned podium. We'll have you step over here. Something happened, though, on that last lap. You were able to capitalize. So what did you see?
We were running out of time. I knew I had to make a move. He went wide. I dove into him. And I actually came up on 2 wheels before I hit him. I kind of like rolled into him. I definitely want to shout out an apology. I hope he's all good and the car's good and nothing bad happened. But yeah, we had to put it in there on the last lap.
Nicely done. Who would you like to thank?
Oh, just everybody out there that helps me. All Motor Performance, Driven Performance, building me an awesome car. I got Climate Authority behind me. On-site construction boys, I know they're out there somewhere cheering me on. Untamed Powder Coating, my wife for taking care of my child when I do all this stuff.
Nicely done today. Congratulations. That's Lucas Emling, P3. And next up to the box, it's Carson Hill. Congratulations, Carson. A model of consistency out there, but you were really charging that last lap. So talk to me about your strong strategy as you finish this race.
Yeah, it got sketchy on the jump. We just always sideways on it. And yeah, it was an awesome course. They gave us an awesome course. They got a little ruddy and just trying to save the car, not trying to flip because we got on 2 wheels a lot. But yeah, it was an awesome race, and yeah.
Congratulations. Anyone you want to thank for this?
I want to thank God first for keeping me safe, keeping everybody safe. My mom, my dad, Clifford, Bearded Stitch, the Hill team, Stoic Solutions, Top Box Racing, and everybody that helps me get out here.
Great work today. We'll see you tomorrow. That's Carson Hill, P2. And your winner today, Code St. Peter. Code, wow, not just a great hole shot, but then a great restart for you and another one. But how did you hang on to it for this win?
I knew he was gonna be there after the restart. So, I just hugged the inside, and with like the lap before the caution, I put it up on the bike in the back turn over there. But yeah, it was a really fun race.
Congrats. Who would you like to thank?
Polaris, Maxxis Tires, Race on the Wheels, HMF Exhaust, Nitro for Lights, PPI Tuning, WE Racing, Texera Tech, UTV Race Shop, PCI Radios, and yeah.
Code St. Peter, that's number 8. Your winner today for Sportsman Side by Side.
Thank you very much, Haley. very happy couple of young drivers there on our podium. Lucas Emling as well, a great finish for him. And we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. More side-by-side racing, Pro-Am Turbo side-by-side coming up next. Stay tuned.
Hankook Tire.
Jimmy Henderson. I'm the owner of Henderson Fab, which manufactures structural steel. I'm also the owner of JB Steel Erectors, which is the installer in the field. And I'm the owner of Jimmy Henderson Motorsports, which runs a Pro 4 Champ Off-Road team. So what led me to consider AMSOIL for commercial business was the performance on the track. Like I said, we were having issues with motors expiring too early and gears wearing out, and we found AMSOIL.
Back, everybody, to the 56th Annual Polaris World Championships. We're here at the Crandon International Raceway in Crandon, Wisconsin. We're at the big house. We got Pro-Am Turbo side-by-sides on the line. Brent, what do you think of this one?
Oh, man, it's a great new class. There's a lot of great talent in the division. You see Benjamin hiding on the inside by the wall. He's looking to do some big things. He's had an up-and-down season so far, so looking to take another W. He had one coming into this weekend already.
Yeah, and he's chasing Rory Navin in the points right now in our adjusted points, and he might need a little help from Rory, having some issues, but Rory's been pretty consistent throughout the season as we see our lineup there. You mentioned Benny on the pole. Blake Enlow's had a couple wins this season in second. Rory Navin, the points leader. Rick Schroeder. Faith throws the green flag, and here we go. Looks like a really good start from Ben Heiting, who had a really strong run yesterday in the makeup race for Pro-Am side-by-side.
Yeah, he's looking to double down, but look at Schroeder already. You cannot let that guy get away either, so it's going to be a hunt.
Yeah, right now the big dog's up front right away with Benny out front, Rory Navin in second, Schroeder in third. This is going to be a dogfight right down to the end in this one.
Look at him just launching off that flyaway. So fun to watch.
This is a cool class. I'm glad we added this class this season because we didn't have any other mod or turbo classes for the side-by-side guys other than the pro ranks. And they're really cool cars, a lot of speed, so it's cool to have another class where guys can enter in before they jump into the deep end of the pool in the pro class.
Yeah, Nolan, it's a stepping stone, and that's what we love to see. And Carl and the guys and everyone at AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt really wants to see everybody progress and move on, and we're seeing it already in these young kart classes.
Yeah, and it brings some of these older race cars out of the woodwork, right? Like, that's an old Greaves car that Ben Heiting's running that was just sitting. Now he's back in it. Rory Naven, taking a look to the inside of him, that's an old Carlson car. So, I mean, these are cars that were sitting back on the track, which is what we want to see.
Yeah, Naven really opening up his entry right there, climbing the cowboy cutoff. You see Heiting getting a little squirrely.
You can throw a blanket over that top four right now. Looks like, I think that's Riley Cadenhead in the 4th spot. I think his first time on track was at Park River, if I'm not mistaken, a couple weeks ago. So he's running strong, and Schroeder looking to the bottom there, and Naven for second.
Yeah, looks like Enlow now trying to work that outside. Look at Heiting bonsaiing off again. Oh, big contact!
Schroeder gets contact and collected Cadenhead. They're lucky they didn't come upside down there. That's a really sketchy spot to make contact. Another car coming backwards down the hill. That's John Dobbs in the 55. Looks like everybody got back. Let's take a look here. I think Rick just gets crossed up going up the face, and when he landed, it just collected the 43 of Cadenhead.
Yeah, Cadenhead had nowhere to go. Just tough break. They're going to have to get back underway. And look at that 55. The right rear just sheared right off.
Yeah, that's John Dobbs. That's unfortunate for him. He's sitting right in that same spot where that wreck was. As we head into the back, looks like Ben Heiting was able to pull a few more car lengths on Rory Naven. Ben looks really, really good this weekend. Ben looked really good at Park River. Right from practice, he looked super fast and dialed. So Ben's getting comfortable in his cars. Seems like, especially the turbo car now, they're starting to get it. They're having some gremlins with it for a lot of the early part of the season, but I think starting to get things figured out here now.
Yeah, he's getting a lot more comfortable, and he puts a lot of pressure on himself, so he expects himself to do good. And his father from Race Driven really putting him in great equipment. And you are who you hang out with, I always say. And he's always hanging out with Jay Kosmecki, CJ Greaves, and a host of other great race car drivers. And it's really rubbing off onto him.
Yeah. Back behind him, Blake Enlow, after a little bit of the carnage there, he snuck up into third, and he's all over Rory Naven's back bumper. Blake with a handful of wins this season, one right away, I believe, at Wheatland, and then one in Lena later in the season. So he's had some good runs. Yeah, Rory's car looks like a handful right now. He's sawing the wheel pretty good.
Yeah, maybe not the right tire combination or something might be giving up the goes. He's really struggling, and look at that.
Big slider from Enlow. They make contact. Both of them able to keep going. We'll see if Rory retaliates here at all. No, he keeps it clean. That was an aggressive move by Enlow, but you got to go sometimes, man. You want to be in second at that halfway point so you can make a charge to the leader.
Yeah, you got to try everything. There's only so much room on this Crandon track. They're staying right down on the dry line.
And that's where they make contact. One of those areas around this track that gets kind of tight going back into the chicane. I mean, it's easy for that kind of stuff to happen right there.
Yeah, you really have to pay attention. It looks good from our point of view, Nolan. I can promise you, down on the track, you see every rock, you see every hole that develops.
Oh, a left rear broken on Naven.
Ah, man.
Saw Wade cambered out as he went into the gravel pit there. We saw that in a couple of cars in the Sportsman side-by-side race as well.
Man, these jumps are launching off of. Maybe the jumps are playing a big factor on these suspensions.
That's not even the corner that he had contact with Enlow, so that's a completely separate issue as we come to the mandatory caution here, the halfway point. So far, so good for Ben Heiting. Just got the whole shot and been cruising. We'll take another look at that contact between Enlow and Naven. Blake got in there and just tried a slider, wheel-to-wheel contact. It happens. They both kept going, and yeah, that's off-road racing, man.
Yeah, you have to make room if there's not room, and it's so deceiving through there. It really drops off, and it's off camber. Then you got to rotate the car back. So you really have to hit your marks, and that's what the 09 race-driven Polaris is doing right now.
Yeah, and that particular spot, too, it kind of funnels into one lane right through that right-hander before it opens back up again. And we saw Rory Naven pull off to the side there, not going to keep running with that left rear or that right rear broken the way it was. That's going to put Kevin Hall up into the third spot. Kevin had a podium here in June at Spring Crandon, so he's looking to do the exact same thing again.
Oh, man. You just see it just tore up.
And I'll tell you what, Rory had a little bit of a points lead over Ben Heiting, but he sure did not need this DNF in there. That's going to, especially with Ben running up front, just got those bonus points for leading it halfway. This is going to tighten up this points chase going into tomorrow. Last points race of the year for these guys.
Yeah, I mean, 15 points, 12 points, it seems like a big gap, but it can flip-flop with this many cars that have issues on the field. So every day you got to be the best you can possibly be, and the green flag flies again.
I think Enlo's going to try and make a charge at Ben here in this second half. He looks pretty sporty. Ben's going to have to hold his lines well here, not make any mistakes, because Enlo will jump at him.
Yeah, he's looking really strong. Look at them both flying off that drop-off by the Sweets here at Crandon. Look at Enlo going really, really wide.
I like that line. I think he's going to get a really good run out of there. He does,
yes,
too. Look at the run. He might pull up side by side. He might try the same line again through the finish line turn, I bet. Run that cushion a little bit and try and get the run.
Yeah, you know you have time, though, Nolan. You can keep trying that multiple different times and hope maybe Ben will make a bobble, which it's hard to say, but you have to put the car there. Look at him.
Yeah, and he can't mix it up too much with him because Kevin Hall's right there and can pounce as well, but Blake Enlo wants this one. He's being pretty aggressive here, trying different lines, trying to get the job done, as you like to say.
Yeah, he's getting the wide line out of his car. He's really stretching it out. He copies Benjamin right there. It's one to get to the back bumper. It's another thing to try to pass.
Look how much speed Enlo has coming down the front stretch here.
I don't know, Ben. It looked like maybe something giving him an issue, but Enlo's just that fast right now.
Yeah, Enlo's getting such a good run out of the corners, and you know, maybe that's just the difference between the Yamaha and the Polaris as well. We talk about that a lot. The Polaris, not an auto or a manual transmission in that thing. The Yamaha does. It's able to match the revs a little bit better. Ben really throws it in. Enlo back to the outside there. See if he gets that same kind of run out of the gravel pit as he did the lap before. It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, Nolan, you can get a run out of the Calamity Corner if you can really set your car in the right position. Benjamin Heiding still doing his thing out front, just maintaining that lead, clicking off another lap.
This is the part of the track where we were really seeing Enlo get a run on him. We'll see if it happens again. You see Kevin Hall there running in third. He'll be able to pounce if these guys get battling too much, but we'll see here. Ben ran a pretty good line. Coming out of the Cowboy cutoff and out of the front stretch the last lap is where Ben's car really didn't seem to have the speed, the raw horsepower that Blake did. We'll see again right here if that's the case.
Benjamin Heiding still maintaining that little gap, not that big, about 3, 4, maybe 5 car lengths there. Enlo really hitting hard off that barn jump.
Yeah, he bottomed out and it pushed him out a little bit wide. He didn't get the line that he wanted going into the barn turn there. He's got to be careful too that Kevin Hall doesn't start to stick a nose on him. We've seen Blake likes to run that inside line. He does it too much, and Kevin Hall gets close. He might be able to throw a slider in there on him.
Yeah, he's still working hard. You got to keep digging. It's not over until it's over. We've seen multiple different times how many cars can drop out right in the end.
Yeah, and we're coming to the line here with 1 minute and 15 seconds to go. They're running 1 minute and 7 laps. I think this will be 3 laps yet to run in this race. So a lot of time for Blake, and he started to close back up to Ben's back bumper again. So we'll see.
He's just got to click it right here. Just stay on that cushion, ride it all the way around. Yeah, you'll get a drive out of here once again.
Yeah, we see all the time. That's one of the best passing zones on this track, going into that left-hander. Some guys like to stay wide, but if they do that, the guy's able to switch back to the bottom and shoot underneath him. That's a technical part of the track where we see a lot of passing go on.
Yeah, I always loved it when they made that new section. It created that passing zone. As you've seen Enlo coming back through Cowboy Cutoff, he made a big bobble and it costed him.
And you see him off the barn jump again there, bottomed out that front end and just shot him outside farther than he wanted to. That thing's not handling exactly how he wants it right now. Where Ben's car looks like he's pretty comfy in that thing right now.
Yeah, he's trying to be on a Sunday drive here on Friday afternoon in Crandon, the big house. He's already got a win this weekend, looking to put the second medal in his trophy room.
Coming around Calamity Corner here. Looks like we're going to have time, so it's going to be 2 laps to go here at the line with 10 seconds left. They'll come around and grab the white next time. We'll see if Ben Heiding can hold on or if Blake Enlo mounts another charge. It's been 3 or 4 different charges he makes at him. He'll get there and not be able to get it done and fall back a little bit and have to start over again. And we're at that point where he's almost there again, but we're running out of time, so we got to see if he can get it done here.
Yeah, he's making me tired up here in the booth just watching him. He's trying everything. I love that out of a race car driver. You're not settling. You're trying every different line each and every time.
Let's see if he tries something different over the barn jump here. The last couple of laps, it's been bottoming out that front end. We'll see if he tries something different so that doesn't happen.
He checked up a little bit, but it's still bounced.
Still pushed on him going. See how wide he gets because of that bounce. He's still right there, though, as we're going to come get the white flag here in a couple of corners. He's still close enough to make a move. Ben for sure can't make a mistake.
Yeah, that last time by, they were about 0.2 of a second off of one another, so he's right there.
Blake with a big run out of there. Ben pitches it really hard into the gravel pit, and I think he might be scrubbing a little bit of momentum because Blake gets a really good run out of there. Trying to set up an outside in move here, it looks like, as we come and get the white flag. Heading into the back.
Boy, Ben checked up a lot right there.
I almost wonder if something was wrong with the car there. It just seemed really abrupt where it checked up. That's an odd spot for that to happen, but we'll see if he can still hold the line. It's going to be tough. Renlo, he over-rotated a little bit there. Renlo able to get a run, not able to capitalize on it, though.
I don't know. He really has to put it together here. There's not much time left in this one. A couple turns to go. Look at Enlo going on the outside.
Another big run down the front stretch. He's been getting those the whole race. Ben slams the door on him. Enlo pushes out to the outside again. He's going to have 2 hairpin corners after this to try and get by him.
Yeah, Ben's just got to be calm. Just chill. Just hit your marks. Going in the gravel pit. Don't open up the door as he just throws it in once again.
He's been throwing it in there really hard, but I think he scrubs a little momentum because Enlo gets a good run out, but he washed out and over-rotated a little bit. Ben keeps it clean here. I think he's going to bring it home.
Yeah, it looks like the race-driven Polaris from Escanaba, Michigan, going to get the job done. Over-rotate a little bit. I don't know, something happened. Oh, Benjamin Hiding broke.
Oh, man, it broke at the line. Blake Enlo gets the win.
Wow, being at the right place at the right time. You wonder when he was checking up off of some of those jumps if maybe a bobble in the engine or something. Man, devastating.
And kind of that same spot. I mean, he's still able to get across for second, which he needed. It's a big point stay for him still, but man, Blake Enlo getting that win. Let's see how he did it. Ben goes in there.
He over-rotated maybe something in the rear
end.
end.
It just never came back to it. I wonder, yeah, I don't know, odd circumstance there. And that was a similar spot to where it kind of died on him a little bit. It looked like the lap before, so I don't know. Either way, Blake Enlo getting it done, his 3rd win of the season. Still a really solid point stay for Ben Hiding. Led it to half, got the 2nd place out of it, so he chipped away at Rory Navin's points lead. Kevin Hall in the box once again. Multiple podiums this season for him and at Crandon, and man, what a race that was.
Oh, it was awesome, Nolan, and it's just the start of today and the weekend. You don't want to miss it. Don't go anywhere. Pro-Am side-by-side coming up right after the break. You're watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, presented by Brunt.
In the east, you'll find your way to the
Here we go. 900 horsepower about to unleash. Put it up on the bicycle. Door to door, fender to fender. He's trying to do the slide job.
They're side by side, Shane.
They're side by side, Shane.
Hard on the binders.
Hard on the binders.
Hit the loud pedal.
There he is. He's hard on the loud pedal.
Get the job done.
He's going to get the job done. Getting the job done early. Getting it done.
Clifford Canado, yeah.
the engines, the dirt flying, the adrenaline pumping. This is AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, where the toughest drivers push the limits. Now you can take that same off-road energy wherever you go with official AMSOIL Championship off-road gear. From premium hats and hoodies to must-have tees, we've got the gear that keeps you looking fresh, both on and off the track. Get yours now at shop.isocracing.com. Rep the lifestyle, live the legacy, own the dirt.
Welcome back to Crandon International Off-Road Raceway here at the Big House for the 56th Polaris World Championships. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brent Smith alongside, hey, Shane's back in the booth. Shane Stetsny.
Wiping the dust out of my
How
beard.
you doing, bud?
Not too bad, man. Doing pretty good.
Well, how'd you do out there, buddy, in your own eyes? Did you have fun?
I had a great time. 2.5-ish laps to go. I completely folded up a rear shock, so I had to learn. I was just learning how to drive the car, and then I had to learn how to drive the car again, and I passed one guy after that, so that's me patting myself on the back. I was busted, still passed a guy.
Hey, you did a great job. I mean, the first time, no practice at all, so, I mean, it's great to be here just in Crandon, but it was fun to call the race.
Yeah,
Leland,
sure.
how you been, buddy?
I've been doing pretty good. The season's been going pretty good for us. We had some ups and downs, but we've been battling back, and I think we're about 8th or 9th in points right now out of, I think, a total of 21 drivers that have registered throughout the season. So, yeah, it's been going good.
I'm always really curious about how you can mentally handle the grind of the season. The season honestly gets long for Brent and me, and our job is much easier than driving. You know, especially you get to those dog days where it's like a week off and then a race, a week off and then a race, a couple weekends stacked really close together. You get to this point in the season, is this like a relief that, the season's kind of winding down a little bit?
I mean, it's hard because I really love this sport.
Sure.
And I love racing. And, I work, the guy that helps me out, he also works with me, and we work on nights. So, it's hard to be on the grind and to make sure everything's ready and the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, and we're good to go for every race weekend.
So, I mean, you got a lot of confidence coming into this weekend. I mean, it's a long, long weekend, like Shane said, the season, let alone this weekend. You want to do good. So, I mean, just the prep alone, the people at home watching, I mean, it's not easy. Just from what I get to do in racing, I mean, you have to check every nut and bolt over and over.
Especially at like a pro level, like you definitely have to make sure your stuff is ready to rip. So,
talking about Crandon specifically, one of the big things that I just got to live through for the very first time was a land rush start. I've never done that before. You side-by-side guys are nuts for being willing to go 100% on that thing. You saw how slow I came through turn one. I wanted none of that business the first time being on the starting line. What's it really like when you get pulled up to that abbreviated land rush and it's go time? What's going through your head those last few moments before, in my opinion, one of the gnarliest experiences in motorsports?
I think over the years, it's kind of settled down a little bit for me. My first year ever racing at Crandon, it was actually Spring Crandon, and it got rained out. And I think we went right into a race. We didn't have any practice or qualifying. And that was pretty nerve-wracking because I was taking the land rush up for the very first time, and I'm like just sitting there like, holy man, what am I going to do here?
I can confirm that feeling, and that happened to me about 45 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game, especially that land rush start. I mean, you really have to saddle up and just go for it at the end of the day. But we talk about your program and everything. What's everything looking like for next season?
Yeah, we still are racing the X3. We do plan on trying to build a MAV-R for next year. We've been talking to some really good builders and just really looking to step up the game. And I want to keep growing. And if you're in this sport and you want to be at the top of your game and you want to take it to that next level, you got to do what you can. So eventually I want to race a Pro 4. That's the goal, right? So
who out here at the hillside at Crandon doesn't, right? All of us in the pit area everywhere want to do that.
Yeah, but we're just going to keep pushing the program, and I'm hungry, and I'm still hunting for that first podium. So see what happens this weekend.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming up here and enjoying some time. I mean, it's the big house. Go and enjoy yourself, and good luck this weekend, buddy.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having us up.
Thanks, Leland. Well, Pro-Am side-by-side, all staged up and ready to go. Glad to be back on the headset alongside my good friend Brent Smith.
Welcome back, buddy. I missed you.
Still a little bit shaking, but you see there is your lineup for Pro-Am side-by-side. John Coomer, Tice Jones, Braden Kearns, Cameron Berg, Lucas Houle, Jacob Lemke, Kyle Sharkey, Rick Schroeder, Cody Jones, Ben Heiting, Matt Borschinger, Bill Berger, Brennan Stover, Nick Reedy, Josh Scheidemann, Charissa Loire, Michael Groh, Trent Peets, Paige Rahanowitz, Tom Rutkowski, and Derek Liebergen back in Pro-Am side-by-side this weekend after his stint in Pro Light. He's starting 21st, that lone car in row number 3. Like I said, it's stressful back there.
Oh, I can't imagine. I was nervous for you, and then everyone going through turn number 1. It's just a feeling in itself. Here we go. The green flag flies. We're underway. Pro-Am side-by-side heading through Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1.
Man, that looked like a really nice start there for John Coomer. Got just a narrow edge as they go over the barn jump. Kyle Sharkey, though, has got that inside. Heiting way out of shape, and he's going to cartwheel. He sheared off a right front wheel on that barn jump.
Man, I hope Ben's okay. I see his arms moving. You see him spinning the steering wheel. He's shot.
You saw the wheel roll past him, too, so I think he figured it out when he saw his own wheel cruising past him on the racetrack.
He's tough. He's all right. Glad to see that.
Oh, man. Back up front, Kyle Sharkey now in front of Braden Kearns, so a little bit of shuffling going on. Lucas Houle now breaks into the top 3.
Yeah, Houle really wants to be up on top of the box, especially at the big house. Track really laying out nicely. I'd love to be out there right now, Shane. There's a lot of grip. Tell everybody back at home, or who's tuning in on Flow and in the crowd here, I mean, how's that track look from your eyes?
Oh, we had an absolutely flawless racetrack. Obviously, there's a lot of tires on it right now, churning up that loose stuff and brushing it off a little bit. But basically, there's more than one line in every corner on this racetrack. You can tell they were working it hard all morning to get it in prime shape.
Oh, yeah, Noah and I were talking about it. They keep that moisture in no matter what. And there's the pieces off of Ben's car. They're going to take it off, get it out of the way.
What a turnaround. He almost stole or almost held on for that win in Pro-Am Turbo, and then trying to fight for some space on the racetrack, and he's out of this one early in Pro-Am side-by-side.
Yeah, he's going to have to go back to work and get that car prepped, but man, already has a win on the weekend as we go back up towards the front. Looks like Sharkey holding his own as Kearns. They put in a lot of work this season, testing in their off time, trying to get those tire combinations right, everything under the hood developed.
Remember, this is the second race of the weekend so far for Pro-Am side-by-side. They had to make up that Bark River rainout. They did that yesterday, Thursday afternoon here at the big house. Ben Heiting came out on top in that one, so started off the weekend strong, and
we have a local caution
in a hurry.
Maybe a full course caution,
it looks
Shane.
Like a full course yellow. And I can now say this from experience. Having a caution like this, we had a couple local cautions in Sportsman side-by-side. Takes you out of the groove. I mean, it's really tough to have the mental toughness, as we're going to take another look at Ben Heiting.
Oh, man.
Just little contact in the air. That hard landing sheared that thing right off.
Yeah, him and Houle were fighting for the same spot. Ben just bonsai'd off, carried that right front down in the ground, and it just hooked. Man, that was weird. See how it scooted down on the ground and skidded. He's still in the cab. They're going to pull him off the racetrack, that race-driven Polaris.
Also got to correct myself. That's not Braden Kearns driving the number 11. He is away at a wedding. That is Dylan Parsons filling in for Braden Kearns. Yeah, they got a lot of work to do on that number 09, though, Heiting does.
Yeah, his father and him put a lot of work in it. We were at his shop, me and my twin brother, last week, just working on our own tire combinations for our local circle track, and they're always touching the cars, always making sure they're right. And right here, there's nothing they did wrong. He's just in that contact.
A lot of work to be done on that whole front end. And you can see, though, it is a good sign that he decided to stay in the car. The window net was still up, so that's a sign that Heiting is A-OK. And so we're going to get back to it. Dylan Parsons is actually going to lead our field back to green on this restart. Another good look at Heiting. You see him out under his own power. Definitely a great sight. Getting a little applause from the fans down there in the barn end of the hillside.
Yeah, that's a Greaves chassis. They built every tube and put every gusset where it needed to be, and it shows right there how strong it is if you're looking to get a car built. We'll file everyone around one more time. There's Sharkey in the 23. He went off. Now he's back on. Wonder what happened there. He's going to try to get his spot back.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give him his spot back. Whatever was going on with Sharkey happened well after that full course yellow came out, so he will take his spot out in front of Dylan Parsons in that number 11.
There's Houle sitting in that third spot. Just looking to do some damage in the second half of this race. I don't know, this might clean up our halfway point if we keep going around. It's Kearns and actually Parsons, like Shane was saying, is in second.
Well, while we got a moment, quick check-in with the adjusted points here. Matt Borschinger, the points leader, 13 points ahead of Lucas Houle. Houle had a little bad luck yesterday, but again, they raced today. They'll race again tomorrow on World Championship Saturday. Houle in that third spot right now, and that's where he needs to be if he wants to make up some ground. It's with these drop rounds, man, when I was crunching some numbers last night, just about every sportsman class, as we see Matt Borschinger a little further back there, 7th here at this restart. Almost every sportsman class with those drop rounds added is going to come down to a couple spots in tomorrow's finale race. It's nuts.
Oh, it's going to get good. The word is that the 23 is going to get a black flag, so Sharkey is going to have to come in and serve it. Sounds like he overjumped one of the jumps on the caution, so we'll have to wait and see how it shakes out.
Well, as it stands right now, he is the leader in front of Dylan Parsons. Lucas Houle trying to charge and stay on Parsons' back bumper.
Well, look at this.
And there goes Sharkey. He's going to duck into the hot pit. He's going to serve that penalty right away. That's the right move there if you're Dylan Sharkey. Still a lot of time left in this one. 2.5 minutes left on our clock.
Yeah, you don't want to stop being scored. You want to collect as many points as possible. He had a great run going. As we're going to take another look what happened. Yeah, it looked like he was just bonsaiing through the yellow flag. Yeah, definitely one of our flag guys weren't too happy how fast they were going through that caution area as we go back up front. It is Parsons three-wheeling it through Argonne Loop. Oh, we got a car upside down. Looks like it might be Paige Rahanowitz.
Yeah, that's exactly who that is, the number 5. Rahanowitz was running in the top 15 when that situation unfolded. See some damage on the front end of that one as well. We look back up front, Dylan Parsons showing the way around right now. How great is that for Braden Kearns? You call on your good buddy and shock builder and backup driver Dylan Parsons. He comes in, he's showing everybody how to make it around this racetrack.
Oh yeah, Dylan, he knows how to get behind the wheel. He's a wheel man. He runs in pro spec as well, but he's driven just about everything. There goes Parsons digging out of the gravel pit, trying to run away and hide from Hool. Pete's now in the top 5, running 4th, about 2.5 seconds back. Man, this points shakeup is going to get real here in the next couple hours, heading into the final rounds. Track really drying out nicely, creating such great dirt down on that bottom side. They're really not using that inside so much, going right through that big divot.
Yeah, the track is quite a bit rougher. And again, speaking from experience, we had a really great track in the first race. This is race 3, and it's already starting to rough up a little bit. You see that the dust is a little bit of an issue as well. Hool trying to hold on to that spot in front of John Coomer. It's a great day for John Coomer. He's had kind of an up and down season. Started off with some bad luck down in Wheatland, Missouri. Get Coomer with a charge down to the inside on Hool. They make some contact in the gravel pit.
Yeah, he matched Parsons almost on that last time by, so the speed is there. Made a little bobble there.
Coomer looking really tough as our leaders are going to come to the white flag.
Parsons checking up hard on the binders, getting that car to rotate. You can see it's really challenging through Calamity Corner. Must be fun for Kearns to be watching back at home, tuning in.
You think he's got his phone out watching FloRacing while he's at the wedding?
Absolutely. He's like us. He's not going to miss a heartbeat. He's probably in line waiting.
Standing up at the altar, sneaking peeks at his phone as this race goes on.
Green flag still out. Parsons still leading the way. You're talking about him working with suspension, shock tech. He actually valved all my Pro 2 shocks in the last couple weeks, so I have a lot of confidence in my ride when I get out here because he knows what he's doing, and boy, he got all crossed up.
And Coomer really putting on a charge here. Just to check in quickly, but Matt Borschinger still back in 7th, so Lucas Hool is set up to take a big bite out of the points lead that Borschinger got. We've got cars upside down in the gravel pit. So the white flag is going to come out for our leaders. And that dust is getting thick out there. There's the car that is upside down in the gravel pit, Cameron Berg, the number 13.
Man, a lot of cars upside down already. You can tell that the roots are for real, and oh man, Sharky having more issues.
Yeah, big time damage on that right rear corner.
Boy, Parsons really pulling through here in the Cowboy cutoff. Final lap, final time in front of this huge crowd in Crandon. Parsons getting some extra seat time.
And looking great at it. They go through turn 2.
Coomer's going to put one final drive together. We'll see if he can button up here.
Yeah, like you said, his lap times are right in line, though. There's a local yellow still out, though. Man, that just takes all the wind out of John Coomer's sails. He's going to have to settle in behind Kearns through this whole gravel pit.
Yeah, he had a head of steam heading towards the gravel pit, and it just took it all away.
Yeah, it's frustrating to be in that spot.
Well, look at this, Shane. Dylan Parsons in the number 11, filling in for Kearns. Gonna click off a W here at the big house.
Man, what a drive by Parsons. Got out front early in that one and able to keep a cool head, but what a great day for Coomer. That's his best finish on the season, best finish in a couple of years if memory serves.
Boy, he looks strong. The lap times were there. He has a lot to be confident about going into the next round.
Yeah, great to have John showing some strength once again. Lucas Hool with a very strong 3rd, and like I said, that's going to take a bite out of the points lead of Matt Borschinger. You see Borschinger able to scratch out a 5th place finish, so the bite that was taken out of his points lead gets a little smaller there.
Yeah, top 5. You can't be mad about that. Hunting for that championship. We're going to step away here for a few moments. Don't go anywhere. A lot more racing yet to come here at the big house. You're watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt.
Flags wave high, crowd on their feet. It's war on wheels out in Crandon's heat. Build not bought.
Every race is a test of performance. When the stakes are high, racers rely on proven products. If AMSOIL products are engineered for this kind of punishment, you can trust them in your garage. Shop by vehicle to find everything you need for your ride. Get the protection you demand and performance you deserve with fast, free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
The roar of the engines, the dirt flying, the adrenaline pumping. This is AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, where the toughest drivers push the limits. Now you can take that